Hey guys, it's Toasted Baby here, and I'm going to show you how to spend money like a boss in GTA 5. This is my office of Lanky Gangsters. Just Lanky Gangsters. We aren't incorporated or anything. We don't want to pay taxes like that. So this is with $10 million in sales, and or $10 million, yeah, in sales. And this is very, very small amount because I'm going to show you everything that there is to buy in GTA Online in one character. So at the time of recording this, I have spent $421,396,346.00 thanks to no taxes in GTA Online. Lost $1.5 billion, bad investments in Asia, you know how it is. So that is quite a bit of money. I only have $129 million left, so scraping the bottom of the barrel with that. But I have bought everything there is to do or is to buy in GTA Online. With my company, I currently own 5 large warehouses. This one is full of the unique crates or whatever those things are called. The other one's just getting some crates that I can fill up. The other ones I haven't actually touched. So, you know, oh well, that was $10 million in sales. So, this is my office. Let's go ahead and actually, let's call a Pegasus vehicle. I wonder if I can call one from in here. And yes, I can. I do actually own every single Pegasus vehicle there is to own in the game. So there are 88 of them. I own the 2 new Dunes. They don't show up in the list. So like I'm at the Nimbus, the Tug, and then scroll down one, Rhino Tank. So you can't actually, they don't actually appear in the list because, yeah. But I do own every other vehicle besides that. So I own all of the Marshalls. So yeah, all 88 Pegasus vehicles, and I own 5 garages and all different types of high-end apartments. So we are going to go ahead and fly out of here. Let's go ahead and get the Swift Deluxe. We're going to fly out of here, head to my first high-end apartment, and show you my vehicles. And welcome to apartment number 1. This is one of the penthouses in Eclipse Towers. I went with the purple theme for this one. I don't actually know why. I don't actually remember making it purple, but apparently it went purple someday. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it like that because I very rarely spend time here. This was actually the second apartment I ever bought. This one that I use as my Supercar Apartment, kind of my high-end one because it is the most expensive apartment in the game at only $1 million. So I decided to buy this one just because all the other cool kids were, and I want to be like one of the cool kids. Again, this is where I keep all of my supercars, as you will notice throughout all of my vehicles. I do have a general color scheme that I'd like to go with. Fluorescent blue with a ice white pearlescent. The reason I do that is because there is a fluorescent blue rim color, as you can see on the entity over here with the little nice blue ring. Actually, first supercar ever bought in the game, right there. Spent a lot of time trying to get that on PS3. The reason I went with fluorescent blue is you can't actually get that color in GTA Online unless you make it a crew color, which mine is not, or if you do some other things, which I did. Crew emblem is currently a cheeseburger because I did have Justin Bieber being peeled out of a banana with 2 big black dildos and a tube of Colgate toothpaste, but Rockstar deemed that was too inappropriate for GTA Online, so alas, I am stuck with a cheeseburger. Again, these are all the supercars that I decided to have. On my T20, the ETR1, X80, FMJ. Oh, actually, not the RE7B. I have off-road wheels on there because there is a glitch in the game where on certain vehicles, off-road wheels actually give you better bump absorption and traction, along with aftermarket wings. So anything besides a stock spoiler will give you a wing. And I do fancy myself a bit of a racer with these. I don't really remember how many, 350, I think just passed 350 wins and only 100-something losses. I do tend to consider myself pretty good at racing, and I very rarely lose. As you can probably guess, about 80 of those losses are actually given losses because I was helping my friends grind up to unlock vehicle upgrades. So I've only lost about, 50 races and won 350. So I think I'm doing pretty okay for myself. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab the RE7B, the current fastest vehicle in the game, and make our way over to our second apartment. And welcome to apartment number 2. This is, I believe, apartment number 101 in Weasel Plaza. The reason I chose this one was because it was the first apartment I bought on my Xbox 360 character. And also, if you look down from the top, the way that the driveway goes into the little roundabouts by the garage, it looks like a cock and balls. So I find that very hilarious because I'm incredibly immature. So that's why I went with that. Also, this is the original high-end apartment interior with the three different levels. So this is just kind of a throwback to the good old days, you know. If we could turn back time to the good old days, what my mama said. So that's just kind of this apartment, or just my another high-end apartment that I have, you know, shockingly enough. And then if we go to the garage, this is where I keep my sports and sport classic cars, kind of. So we have 3 sport classic cars. Shut up, Simeon! So these are all the sports cars that I use. The Massacro race car, slightly faster than the Massacro, does benefit from off-road wheels. Same with the Omnis/Omni. I don't know how you pronounce that. Same with the race car Jester and Elegy. And then the Drift Tamp, which, by the way, is a huge waste of money. Obey, that is the best sports car to have in rainy conditions. So if you're racing in rainy conditions, get yourself one of those. It does not benefit from off-road wheels. And then 770... doesn't really shine anywhere. Elegy just outpaces really every sports car in the game in really everything. You can go full throttle through a corner and it'll still maintain grip in that Elegy, and it's free. 770 doesn't really shine anywhere, but it's just so nice to drive. I would highly recommend one of these. Original Roosevelt, I kept this one versus the Roosevelt Valor, mainly because this one is a glitched version of the original Roosevelt. And it does not have the spare wheels on the side, or it does not have, and it does not have the luggage thing on the back, which is why I kept it. Also, I did not really like the way the Roosevelt Valor looked. Z-Type, this was $950,000, second most expensive car you could buy when the game first came out. If you had one of these and you had an adder, you knew you were ballin'. Oh, I should mention, the adder in my other garage is actually, a couple of cars that I have are actually glitched in from single player back on PS3. The adder in my garage is a glitched in car that actually used to have the twin turbo modification. It was one where you could hex edit the vehicle, and nothing could touch that car in races before they added in the spoiler update. But before the spoiler update, that car was untouchable, and I won everything. And then I have the Sterling GT with the spare wheel on the back. Spare wheel acts as a spoiler, and this car just demolishes everything else in the Sports Classic category, which is why I use it. So this is what you want to use for Sports Classic races. LG is what you want to use for sports car races. So that's just the little quick tidbits right here. Unless it's raining, then you want to use that. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Unicorn right here. And we're going to visit garage number Trace. And here we arrive at 4 Integrity Way, also known as Tinkle Towers, which is actually why I bought this apartment, because it says Tinkle on the side of the building. Oh, good times. But yeah, I also bought this apartment because I should have stayed in my car. Why'd I get out? I'm an idiot. Anyway, I also bought this apartment because right underneath here, if you notice on the map where I'm standing, there is a big tunnel. No, go away. There's a big tunnel under there. That is a great way to escape from annoying players, people they don't like, or the cops, because they will not follow you in there because most players do not know that that tunnel exists, and you can pretty much drive underneath the entire city. There's also a few glitches to get underneath the map in that tunnel, so lots of fun there. Let's go ahead and back up to my apartment, because it was my Lowriders garage, but then I realized Lowriders were absolutely fucking terrible, except for one, so I turned it into my Benny's garage. And this is just the apartment that I have. It was the the original interior that was introduced with the penthouse update or executives one that it was the second high-end apartment interior. So I just have this so I can have a little bit of variety. I don't actually like this interior compared to the first high-end apartment. I do believe that the triple level is a bit more elegant, although the way that this one is decorated has a more elegant look to it. That's just my personal opinion. You know, feel free to disagree, even though you were wrong. Let's go ahead and check out my garage. Again, this is my Benny's garage. Although when I say my Benny's garage, there is a little bit of an asterisk next to it, because there are a vehicle and or another. A vehicle in here that does not count as a Benny's, and it is that one, also known as the Pisswasser Dominator. Reason I have that one in here is because the Pisswasser Dominator, which is free to buy from, actually, if you migrated your account over from, there we go, Pisswasser Dominator. If you migrated your account over from one of the old gen consoles, then you do get this car for free, or else I think it is $300,000. But this car for free, along with the LG for free. Pisswasser Dominator is, depending on the track, the best muscle car you can get. It is actually half a mile an hour slower than an adder. So that little Mustang right there can go as fast as an adder, which was previously the fastest car in the game and still one of the fastest. So this thing is a rocket. The place where it struggles is in corners, unfortunately, which is where this car shines. This is the Sabre Turbo Custom. It is the Benny's version of the Sabre Turbo. This is around a circuit. The best muscle car there is. This car and the Pisswall's Dominator just annihilate all the competition. If you don't have one of these, you will not win muscle car races unless the people you're driving against are shit. But in actual races, if you don't have one of these, you will lose guaranteed. This one is much better in the corners, a little bit slower on the straightaways because it is 3 miles an hour slower than that one. That one, Trench 2, I have managed a 1 minute 5.222 around the stunt track Trench 2, and that is not the best I can do because I crashed once or twice on that lap. So I could probably easily get it down to about a minute 2, or if I really pushed it, probably under a minute in that car. It is very, very good if you know how to drive it. But anyway, enough about racing. We are here for the Lowriders. So the ones that I decided to keep were the Chino Custom, just because I really like the way that this looks with the purple. Purple is the color of royalty. I do consider myself royalty, as you can probably tell. So I just really like the way that this one looks. I went with the Albany Primo Custom Sedans because it's a 4-seater. It's not a minivan, and it's a Lowrider 4-seater, so you can carry some extra people around with you. Plus, I went with the Iron Man / Pimp look, which is a gold and red color scheme, mainly because they had $ rims with gold, and I put red tire walls on them. So that's really the main reason why I chose this color scheme. And it just looks straight up gangstar, because I am a gangstar. So that's why I kept that one, mainly because it's 4-seaters, not a minivan, or not a van. Pisswall's Dominator, we already went over that. One thing you should note about this car is changing the color on it does not change the color to your specified color, because normally it is a Pisswasser yellow, which looks like piss water. And if you change the color, I tried changing it to fluorescent blue, but it mixes with the yellow and therefore turned it to green. So the yellow is an overlay for the color, so just be aware of that. That's why I went with black to cover it up. And then when I went with a fluorescent blue secondary to match the rims, I think it looks pretty good. We have the Banshee 900R, the second fastest vehicle in the game, right behind the Pfister 811. Not very good. Not really worth it, to be honest. Actually, neither is the Sultan RS. The only reason you get these is for customization, because when you upgrade these at Benny's, they become supercars. But the way that they drive and their power, they are some of the slowest supercars there are. So can't really keep up with the other ones, but they do look really fucking good if you customize them properly, which I did, obviously. We have the Tornado Custom over here because it is gangster and it has a folding roof. We have the Buccaneer, which is actually my favorite lowrider because I don't know why, I just like the way it looks. That's my favorite lowrider. We have the Sabre Turbo Custom, and actually the paint job on this is a pure black. I did a custom hex edit of the black, so it is actually a pure black, which you normally can't get in the game. Unfortunately, that cheeseburger is glitched onto the car. I cannot get it off. And you noticed on the Drift Tampa that I was driving, and also some of the ETR1 and the RE7B, and actually the X80 in my supercar garage, they all had the cheeseburger on it. ETR1, RE7B, not supposed to be able to have the crew emblem on there. It is glitched on there. I cannot remove it. And E8 or the X80 Proto, I can't get it off there because it just keeps coming back. I don't know why Rockstar won't help. They don't acknowledge it. I have my donk because it's a donk. It's the only one you can get. Kind of ridiculous, kind of terrible, but it's funny because it's on big rims. And then, of course, I kept this van. I did have the other minivan, which was kind of shit. So I didn't really keep that because, again, it's a bit shit. So that is garage number 4. Let's go ahead and head to garage number 5, which is actually just a garage. And again, just because it was parked out here when I came out, you can see that there is a cheeseburger on the door of my Drift Tampa. Oh, shit! There is a cheeseburger on the door of my Drift Tampa, and it actually glitches inside the car as well. So if I move a camera down, it appears on the inside of that door. Again, nothing I can do about that. There's no option for crew emblems on the Drift Tampa, so I can't go in there and remove it. And it's kind of stuck sideways on there. So, and Rockstar, obviously, if you have ever had to deal with Rockstar support, have been less than helpful. So, that's why I can't get it off. But anyway, let's go ahead to garage 4, which is the only actual garage that I own. And here we are. This is the garage at 1337 Exceptionless Way, which is right next to the airport, as you can see from the map. Reason I bought that, it's a garage right next to the airport. If I ever want to spawn to the airport, set this as my spawn location, I'm right there. And also, it's 1330, it's Leet, Exceptionless Way, so that's why I bought it. Anyway, this is my off-road / sedan garage and a van. That is the Gang Burrito. It is the fastest van in the game, mainly because it has a spoiler option, which increases traction and downforce, and means it can go faster around corners. So that if you want to do van races, that's the one to have. If you want to do sedan races, that's the one to have. The armored V12 Shafter. Nothing can touch it. It is way too fucking good for the sedan category. Anyway, let's go. Oh, and then also for SUV class, for some reason, the Contender is classified as an SUV. And this is a monster of an SUV. This will demolish all SUVs in the competition because it's just so fast and very, very good. But as far as off-road vehicles go, you want one of these bad boys or the Desert Raid. This is the trophy truck. Or actually, if you have the BF400, get that instead. But as far as four-wheeled vehicles go, that's the one that you want because it's a beast. I have the Dubsta 6x6 here, mainly because I find it funny that the rear bumper clips into
wake up.
The toolbox back there. I have my Guardian because it has a tiny penis license plate on it, and you can also fit 6 people in there. I have my Sandking Xl because this is actually the first vehicle I got in GTA Online. When you do the prologue mission, you have to choose your personal vehicle. That's the one. I'm never getting rid of that baby. I have my Insurgent here, which also has the tiny penis license plate on it. And then, of course, the Gang Burrito over there. Armored Kuruma, don't really use that too often because, honestly, it sucks. There's way better cars than that. Franklin's Buffalo. I brought this one in from single player, so I actually had this before. You could actually buy it online, which is why it has a slightly different fluorescent blue color along with that car, because I re-brought it in to from single player. This is actually fluorescent blue with a chrome pearlescent, which you can't actually get in the game, like at all, unless you mod it. So that's why I have this one. So yeah, this is my off-road garage. Don't have an apartment here because obviously, you know, it's an apartment. So, or not an apartment, it's just a garage. So we're going to go ahead and grab our trophy truck right here. Oh, and also I actually found a glitch to paint stock rims on the trophy truck and the Desert Raid, and also a few other vehicles in the game. Only works on PC though, because all you have to do is just change the color, relog, and then boom, you got the stock color changed. So let's go ahead and head to the last apartment / house. It's a stilt house in the hills. All right, and welcome to garage / house number 5. This is the bike and reject garage. I'm going to go ahead and call this one. So I have my bikes here that I use for races. I have the Akuma, which is the fastest accelerating land vehicle in the game. That bike. I have the BF400, which is the fastest bike you can use in off-road race, and therefore the fastest vehicle in off-road races. Batty 801, brought that in from single player, and also the best race bike to use on a circuit. And then also the Hot Rod Blazer, because I brought that one in from single player as well. I have the Panto right here because it's funny with the roof rack and sticker bomb. It's kind of ridiculous. The Brioso RA because it's a 4-wheel drive, is it coupe? Maybe coupe. The compact, that's what it is. This will demolish all other compacts in the compact class. So get one of these. This is also a modified Mariachi Tornado. So this is a unique vehicle you can get in the game. Find it in an Easter egg. You can see there's a bottle of tequila, there's a sombrero, and 2 guitars with Mexican flag. This one I customized through ways that I'm not going to tell you. This one has a K-Paso license plate because normally you cannot customize this vehicle. You can only buy insurance for it. The K-Paso license plate, and then also a matching fluorescent blue paint job to match the rest of my vehicles. This is one vehicle that I will not get rid of because I can't get it back. This is a Sabre Turbo, the regular one. I just like this because it is my favorite looking muscle car in the game. And I just think it looks pretty badass with the chrome, or the fluorescent chrome, because I did the glitch where you can have the crew color with chrome underneath it, so it's blue chrome. It looks good. I like it. And then this is the Zion Cabrio, which is the fastest coupe in the game that you can drive. And then also a hearse with tiny penis on it because, you know, hearses are funny and no one really has a hearse anymore. So yeah, that is what we have here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the interior of the house. And here we go. This is the interior of the house. Gonna kind of be honest, kind of pissed that you can't enter the garage through the house or vice versa, but you know, whatever. It is 3 stories, although it very, very weirdly laid out 3 stories. And down there is a heist room, very completed all the heists. And here is the bedroom, and very, very spacious. And one other thing that I should note is I own every single piece of clothing in the game. Went through and bought all of them. Only about $6 or $7 million to buy everything. Really not that bad. Problem is time. It took about 4 hours just to go through and buy everything because some things you can't put on without a certain piece of clothing. Kind of annoying, but that's what you do. So pants, you get all these. Yeah, so I own every single piece of clothing in the game, every tattoo in the game. I have owned at this point every single car in the game, which is why I've spent $420 million. And last thing we're going to show you is what all that money culminated to. And here is the piece de resistance. This is the Toasty Boat, also known as the RRS Boaty Big Boat Face, in honor of the failed internet troll that the, well, obviously the internet tried to do. Stuck the landing there. Has the same color scheme as the one, gold railings as seen on the boat. And on the back, I am representing England with the RS Boaty McBoatface. Gotta love it. Unfortunately, the interior is nothing to write home about because all the interiors are the same. But this is where our tour is going to end. So this is what $420 million in GTA Online buys you. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully the new content coming out, Bikers, should be out next week. But hopefully the new content coming out will be worthwhile. Stunts was pretty good. Other things, not so much. So hopefully GTA will continue to thrive, and hopefully I will continue to be rich. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.